really now a case of royal rejects regarding this big forthcoming event that's supposed to set the former royals known as Harry and Meghan back on that map. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you today. Yes, thank you so much for joining me. By the way, this is going to make you feel a little bit ancient. Yes, way back. No, well, not too much. Maybe a little bit, but we'll see. I'll be gentle, right? Way back in 1966, can you believe this? This was the day that the very final paying customers were allowed to see and witness in San Francisco the mega brilliant Beatles. After that, they never really did any concerts where you could go and pay to see them. Of course, there was a big one on top of the Apple building way back in 1969. I think it was their very last big concert. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but when I was interviewing Princess Diana's bodyguard, Ken Worth, he was actually one of the policemen who was taken to the roof to tell them to keep the noise down. True fact. Yeah, Ken will tell you himself. And when you think, can you imagine going up there and saying, oh, John Lennon, by the way, could you keep it down a bit? You know, people are getting a bit annoyed. But on this day, yes, way back in San Francisco in 1966, you were probably, I think it was at the Candlestick venue, were one of the lucky few people to finally see the very last paying Beatles concert. Back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. Strange thing, isn't it, when you have been at the top of your game? You know, as Prince Harry openly said, he was used to being feted, and of course, people, you know, really interested in him, wanting to meet him, and he really did have an amazing contact book. I think a lot of people were stunned, you know, really, in fact, I was, at that Disney premiere when he was hawking his wife to Bob Iger, the then head of Disney, basically saying, look, you know, she wants work. I mean, two things that spring to mind. How stupid do you have to be knowing that all the cameras are there? Or didn't you care? Were you that blindsided by love you really just wanted to make sure you got your moment? And it's never a good time to catch anybody on things like the red carpet or indeed a major event, because quite frankly, people don't want to know. It's as simple as that. They're there for the event, there for the picture. Now Harry's having the very same problems himself, because as Victus comes to a big, you know, shall we say, mountain right now over in Germany, and preparations are out there, lots of people are a little bit dismayed at the lack of glitz and glamour. You see, a while back, Prince Harry would have been able to pull in some big hitters, perhaps even a great host. But now it's certainly been, you know, many people suspect, hijacked by the Duke and Duchess themselves. It's all about them, you know, that's the focus. Although Harry can Twitter on in those promotional videos, one might suspect that they and she enjoy the glory more. But now what's interesting is a lot of people are saying, well, where is the big star name? You see, the big name at the end of the event is none other than the pop star Rita Ora. Not exactly a glittering A-list name. And according to a well-placed source, and as ever, we have to say allegedly, you know, there were feelers put out to the likes of Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Nicole Scherzinger, Adele, Kylie Minogue, but apparently all busy, or all not willing to offend His Majesty the King. I mean, let's not forget, Nicole Scherzinger recently appeared at the coronation concert to great acclaim. Kylie Minogue's a very personal favourite of His Majesty the King. So what Harry's really finding is, well, he had an elasticated black book of people, let's say a few years back, would have rushed to think to be at any event that he was putting together. Well, now, of course, one might suspect that Rita Ora wouldn't necessarily be the tipping point of names. And let's not forget, Rita's just sold her wedding to a magazine. She's got a brand new album out, and hopefully that may climb back up the charts as it's gone tumbling down once she gets that worldwide free press from appearing at Invictus. As for Prince Harry, though, will this be enough to save what was once a glorious event? And of course now, with the advent of that TV docuseries also looming, all eyes will be on the streaming hits on that too. Troubling times for the former royal, I'm sure you'll agree. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.